Here are terrifying stories of people killed by their own pets. Sacrifice the pit bull mauls his owner over a sweater. A Florida woman and her family were mauled by her pet pit bull after she tried to put a sweater on him. The pit bull, ironically named Sacrifice, attacked Brenda Guerrero, 52, in her Tampa home on New Year's Day 2017. When her husband Ishmael stopped in to help her, the dog turned on him. The couple's 22-year-old son tried to intervene, this time with a knife. And even after he stabbed Sacrifice, the dog still attacked. The three eventually managed to escape into the house, leaving the dog outside. Animal control officers were called to the home to subdue the dog with a taser. Officials said the dog was aggressive. Sounds like an understatement. Travis the chimpanzee mauls a woman's face. Travis the chimpanzee became famous after he appeared on TV shows, commercials, and on talk shows with his owner, Sandra Harold. In 2009, Harold called her friend Carla Nash for help getting the 200-pound chimp back into his cage. But Travis saw Nash holding one of his toys and brutally attacked her by mauling her face and hands. Harold tried to stop Travis by stabbing him and hitting him with a shovel, which only angered him more. She called 911 and the police arrived, which led to Travis opening the door of one of the police cars. An officer shot Travis, and the chimp staggered away and died. Nash's family was in the process of suing Harold when Harold died of a ruptured aorta. A few years later, Nash became the first patient to ever receive a double hand and face transplant. Teddy the black bear killed his owner while she cleaned his cage. The Waltz family of Allentown, Pennsylvania had raised their 350-pound black bear Teddy since it was a cub. But even so, the bear attacked and killed Kellyanne Waltz as she was cleaning his cage. She made the mistake of cleaning the cage while Teddy was still in it, which apparently set him off. Neighbor children saw the attack, and their father shot and killed Teddy. Authorities soon discovered that Kelly's husband's license to keep and sell exotic animals had expired. A hoarder was bitten by his pet black widow. A resident of Dortmund, Germany, Mark Vogel, lived a solitary life in a small apartment, keeping the company only of numerous insects and snakes he collected as pets. It was one of these, a black widow spider, that caused his demise. Apparently, the heater on the tank he used to house his spider had burst, allowing them to crawl free. A black widow bit Vogel and killed him, and in the 2 weeks it took for him to be found, his menagerie feasted on him. Hundreds of spiders, lizards, and snakes, along with countless termites, had eaten him, with webs draping his body and bits of him scattered all around the apartment. A camel in heat tramples its owner to death. Australian Pam Weaver was given a camel for her 60th birthday, which isn't so strange, given that she owned a large property full of cattle and sheep roaming about as well. Of course, cows and sheep aren't camels. Shortly after starting his life as a pet, the camel repeatedly attempted to smother the family's pet goat. Then one evening, disaster struck, as the camel tried to mate with Weaver. After she fought the camel off, the animal knocked her over, stomping on her head, and lay on top of her, smothering her to death. Strangely, keeping a pet viper as a pet is a bad idea. Cincinnati woman Alexandria Hall, who kept a menagerie of reptiles in her home, died when one of her illegal and highly poisonous Arutu pit vipers bit her in 2004. After the bite, Hall was conscious enough to drive herself to the hospital, but died about a week later. Local police and herpetologists from the Cincinnati Zoo entered her home and found a number of exotic animals in cages, along with nearly a dozen poisonous snakes and other animals trapped under piles of clothes and garbage. Share away, people.